In this video, we're going to go from this out to this using this. Okay, so I made a toy chest for my granddaughter, and I don't really want her fingers to get hurt. So I purchased some soft closing 105-degree supports to go on. And I haven't really found a very good video yet showing how to install these, so I'm going to give it a shot. It comes with these instructions right here. And I have just some regular style hinges on here. So I will follow those instructions, or attempt to, for the knuckle, piano, butt, hinge, whatever you want to call it. So in this bag, it's got, of course, a thank you card in it. Thank you for your purchase. And hardware for 2 supports. And I'll probably go ahead and use them both, so there's one on each side to keep it level as it comes down. So here's the hardware for one side, screws, mounting plates, that'll go in the lid, and this will go inside the toy box itself. Okay, so here's how to install the hardware. I had difficulty, honestly, to figuring out exactly where this piece went, because my toy box is a little bit unique in that I have an offset right here that you normally wouldn't have because of the way I designed it. So what I did, this one right here was pretty obvious where it goes. And so using this chart right here, I knew I wanted somewhere around 90 degrees, just slightly less than. So I didn't need to be real particularly exact on how I did this. So the one measurement that I could see here that was easy to figure out was A, which is from the back of the lid to the middle of this piece right here. And so if you go down here to A, it goes from 5 5/64 to 4 3/8, somewhere in that range. And obviously the further down you have it, the more opening you'll get right here. So anyway, so I mounted that one at 5 1/16 is actually where I ended up going with it. And I used this so I could get pretty precise with it. So what I did is I measured off of right here, and keep in mind you want it to go offset from this side right here, right? And the offset for that was 13 30-seconds. So from the edge of this board to the middle of this hole needs to be 13 30-seconds. Again, with mine, I've got overlap right here because of the way I designed it. So basically I had to go in and what I did is I just measured off of this point right here because that's the edge. And I'll just use this as a straight edge real quick. So I just did that and then moved it over that 13 30-seconds that it asked for. And then I also measured the 5 and what did I say, 1 1/32, and just kind of made a T right there and then installed this right there. And once I got that installed, the second piece is pretty easy. Okay, so what I did with this piece right here is I just simply looked at it and put the lid basically where I wanted it. So this can go pretty good radius right through here, right? So what I did is I put this down right here where I wanted it, and I put a screw right through the middle of this, you know, not too big to hit it or anything, just a small screw so I could mark the center line of this. And then once I got that center line marked, I used the bracket to come up with what I needed from there. So yeah, so I marked the center line with the screw, and I put the bracket in, and it's got this R and L right here, left and right, right and left. So you want that to point to the back of your project, and then just screw it in. So again, I just marked the center line, I matched the center line up with this, put that on there, and then screwed it in, and it worked. So now I'll go ahead and do the other side, and you can watch while I do the other side. Okay, so that's the distance from here to here. And then next I'll need that 13-30 seconds coming out. By the way, these are pretty handy. Of course, there'll be a link in the description to this as well. I find these pretty handy to have around. So that one was 13-30 seconds to the center line. So I'm just going to set that to 13. So right there is where I want the center of the first bracket. You probably should pre-drill these, but I'm just screwing them in by hand. Take it real easy. Just over it. Hey, look, it's level, so it's got to be close, at least. Okay, I'm going to put that other one back on so I'll know how long the reach is. Put this on, it just goes in at 90 degrees and flip it around. Do this right here. And this one's already kind of set, so we can just find again somewhere in this arc right here to mount it. And again, I'm just going to center it up right there as good as I can, and I'm going to mark it with a screw. If you've got a good scribe, scratch all or whatever, you can use that too. So that should give me my pivot point. Get that out of the way. Okay, so now the bracket, this piece right here goes towards the back on this. And this is the left side, so again, the L right here is going to point towards the back. So it'll go something like this. Pretty much a dent's all that's needed. Turn this again at 90 degrees. And then you have an adjustment right here, should it be sagging or whatever. I think mine need to actually back it off just a hair, which I just did. Okay. I love this kit. It was weird trying to figure out how to install it, but if you follow these steps, it should be pretty simple. It actually has a fair amount of adjustment available there, so you got some slop there if you need it. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please select like down there and subscribe to my channel. If you didn't like it, well, subscribe to the channel, maybe you like the next one. Thank you for watching. In this video, we can go from this to this using something.